before we start the presentation, I have a few questions for you guys. Have you ever got the annoying moments of seeing like 50 bubbles on Rocket.Chat or chat apps, or you have to scroll through all the unread messages? Or have you ever forgot about a conversation that happened days or weeks ago? Or have you ever had a hard time capturing key points in a long dialogue? If you haven't, congratulations. Well, you're a very social person. But if you had one of these things happening to you, that's okay, because I run into these problems all the time. And that's why we created the AI chat summarizer app for Rocket.Chat, along with my mentors, Devanshu and Sing. Here are the main features of Chat Summarizer. First, you can summarize messages in a channel, DM, or a thread, just anywhere on Rocket.Chat where you can chat with people. And even when you have hundreds of messages, the AI is able to group them into conversation topics and bullet points on what people talked about regarding these topics. Second, it can capture assigned tasks and participate summary in a dialogue. These are helpful when you are in a work setting and you can see your colleagues mentioning in a thread that they are going to work on a staff, or somebody asks you to review their PR. You can quickly see these in a few lines of summary. And third, the app can summarize attached files. Before that, the app can suggest follow-up questions for quick reply. This is kind of like the last project we kind of just showed. And this one is an add-on, and it's especially useful when you want to expand on people's conversation. And the AI gives a couple options of questions that you can throw out. And next, the app can summarize attached files for conversation context. So if a person's message is talking about a document, our AI can have that context from the file summary. And lastly, the app can detect and block malicious prompt injection. So prompt injection is when a user is exploiting AI to answer something that we didn't instruct it to. So we build a middle layer that detects this potential threat and prevents the user from doing so. And this is our team. I'm Jeffrey. I study computer science at UCLA, and now I'm working on recommendation systems and meta. My mentors are Devanshu and Sing. I want to give a huge shout out to Devanshu for building platform support for our AI apps, and huge thanks to Sin for giving great feedbacks and ideas on what features we can add to the app. Now it's demo time. Open up demo. So here, these are some messages, and here is a thread of me discussing with Sing about adding LinkedIn support to GitHub app. And this was a real life conversation. So if I'm a new person to this thread, but I don't want to look at all the messages, I can simply type chat summary here. And there you go. It gives a let's just look at the first thing here. The rest is add-ons, and I'll explain them further on. So the first one is it says that Jeff suggested adding LinkedIn support using pre-coming hooks, and Sin then proposed using a CI workflow to verify the linter has been run, and it's not possible for contributors to skip it in the CI. So yeah, if I'm a new user to this, I can get a brief idea of what people have been talking about without looking at the messages, which saves me time. And then the rest is from the add-ons that we support. So if we go to the settings, we can see first you can select what kind of model you want to use, and then these are the add-ons we can have. And let's turn on file summary just for now, because you can see we have a file within the channel here. So Sim posted a database migration plan. If we open it, we can see that it has a overview, steps to do the migration, robot plan, timeline, risk, team responsibility, etc. And if we do chat summary in the channel, the AI is able to capture this file because it has the file summary for context. And here you can see, compared to having one line summary in the thread, we are grouping conversation by topics. And this is because there might be hundreds of messages in a single channel, and we want to group important things by themselves together, so the user can see it in clear view. So first one is adding linting support, which we just discussed here. And the second one is rollback plan and post-migration monitoring. So Jeff suggested automating the rollback process and extending the timeline. And these are from the file itself. And Sing agreed to add the rollback process to the plan and update the timeline. So yeah, by having these topics, the user can quickly see, okay, without reading the messages, what people have been talking about. And next up are the add-ons that we can have. So these are assigned tasks, follow-up questions, participant summary, and I'll just delete the token after I finish this demo, so don't worry. And if we do chat summary again, and not only if it's gonna give the summary and also the add-ons. And like I said, these are particularly useful in work setting, because if you're discussing with colleagues, you can see, okay, who got the tasks. Like the first one is implementing linting support with a description, and Jeff and Sing is gonna work on it. And next one is work on data conversion script that was from the plan documents. It's gonna start working tomorrow. And the next add-on is follow-up questions. So basically, AI gives a hint on, from the conversation, what can you expand on if you don't know what questions there might be, or they're just basically hints on what you can lead the conversation to. So first, it's like, what specific pre-coming setup would be most effective for incremental linting, considering team's development workflow? The second one is, how would the team ensure the CI workflow is not too resource intensive, and how we can measure the benchmark? Well, this is a pretty good one. So I can basically like copy the question here, paste it, and throw it out. Okay. And yeah, the next one, the last one is a summary of the participants' contribution. So let's say you are a mentor, and you are a manager, team manager, and you want to see well, how are people involved in a conversation or meeting, and you want to build a meeting note. So this is a pretty clear view of how each participant had been mentioning stuff in the conversation. So I said, propose the linting idea of adding linting support, blah, 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 and Sing agree with my proposal. and preferred pre-push hooks, blah blah blah. So yeah, these are basically the features that Chat Summary has, and I hope. So that was our demo, and now I'm gonna share one essential part of building this app, which is prompt engineering. So we want to make sure that even with hundreds of messages, the LLM is able to, give a concise summary in a few words. And first thing I looked out for is how humans summarize dialogues. And during my research, I found that the Samsung corpus, which is a dialogue dataset with summary annotated by linguists. It was developed by Samsung R&D Institute and used across their research. The dataset contains more than 16,000 of conversations that happened in messaging apps, and it includes a variety of texting ways like emojis, slang words, and even typos. And the next thing we want to do is to make LLM be able to generate a summary as close as to the human annotated ones. We applied several prompt techniques, and the one found to be most effective is few-shot prompting. And basically, the prompt on the left is zero-shot. It's like how we usually talk to ChatGPT, just a brief instruction. On the other hand, few-shot prompt means giving a few examples of inputs and response, and the LLM will follow a similar format when responding to a new input. On the right, you can see I picked several dialogues and their annotated summary from the dataset. The LLM will learn a similar summarization style by following the examples that we have given. As a result, when we throw a new dialogue to the LLM, it will generate a summary pretty close to how linguists summarize the dialogues. Finally, we evaluate our prompting techniques by using the Rocket.L score. The Rocket.L score is a metric for comparing a computer-generated summary with a reference, which is often human-generated summary. We evaluate each prompt with 30 random selected dialogues from the dataset. As a result, few-shot prompting, along with some other techniques to polish the prompt, gives us almost a 0.1 increase in the Rocket score. And this proves our prompting to be effective and improves how LLM can give a concise summary. And thank you. If you are interested in the project later, I'll post the GitHub repo in the meeting.